Welcome to the Zimbra calendar share tutorial. What I'm going to be showing you in this tutorial is how to accept a shared calendar, how to make changes to that shared calendar, and all of the features of the calendar that come along with it. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be testing, and I'll be sending out an email to staff, is the meeting calendar. Now, what this calendar will allow you to do is to see all of the meetings that are going on in all of the buildings, what time they are, where they're located, and in some instances, who is going. So what you want to do first is to log into your email, and you will see that you should receive an email that looks like this: Share created, meeting shared by Beth Hatch. So go ahead and open up that meeting, and you'll notice in the body of the email, the following share has been created: meetings calendar, owners Beth Hatch, and the grantee is We Will Contact. Now, in this instance, yours will probably say staff@welibrary.info, and that's okay. I did a test with managers, and it turns out that if you are a member of an email group, you still will be able to get access to the meetings calendar. Now, you will be given the role of manager. This will allow you to view, edit, add, and remove. And I specifically designed it that way so that, because I obviously don't know everyone that comes to every meeting, or locations may change at the last minute for whatever reason, and I wanted to give staff access to be able to make those changes, and at the same time all staff will be able to look and see what those changes are, and the invitees or attendees to whatever meeting will get notification of any of those changes. So the second step is to accept the share. Now it shows the basic details of the meeting calendar. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is change the name. Obviously this is not my calendar, my meetings, so you can just change it to meetings or Weeble meetings or staff meetings or etc. Then you'll want to change the color of the folder. If you have another folder that has the same color, say you have another calendar that's orange, you'll want to change this to a different color so that way you're not confusing the two calendars together. So in this instance, I'm going to change mine to yellow. And then click Yes. So the next step will be to go to your Calendar tab to view the calendar. This is up at the top left-hand corner, the third tab over. So click on Calendar, and this will take you to the basic view. Now you'll notice that right here you have 2 o'clock on the 28th was a staff training meeting. If you hover your mouse over top, it tells you who the organizer is, where the location is, East Lake, and etc., etc. So the default view again is for a week. If you would like to view the calendar by month, you can come up here to this toolbar and left click on View and choose month. I prefer to view everything by month. And so this gives you a good idea of the meetings that we had in January, along with a couple of tests that I did. Now, what you are going to do, this is great for everyone to be able to come in here and look and find out what meetings are going on and when. But if you would like to further customize, especially if you are the head of a committee or the person in charge of a specific meeting, for example, the Heads of CIRC meeting, you'll want to come in and add the information that will be necessary, because not all locations and the times may not be correct. So for example, if you hover over Heads of CIRC, it shows that I'm the organizer, that's okay, and when 1:30 to 3:30, that time may be incorrect. So to change any of the information in a specific meeting, I put in the basic information. You'll double click, and this will open up the meeting. Now, this is how you will go ahead and change all of these options. So the first option you have is to invite attendees. This is completely optional. You don't have to do this. You can just have it in here generally. I know a lot of people send emails for when a meeting is coming up, and this will basically do the same thing. By using this attendees line, you can add people's email addresses, and then, so for example, if you start to type in someone's email address, let's say you type in mine, now you'll get the option to send. instead of just save and close. Now send will send emails to everyone that should be attending the meeting, and they will be able to notified of the changes to that. The second thing you can do, which you really should do so that everyone knows exactly where the meeting is going to take place, is to add a location. Now, the only locations that will be able to be visible in this location area are ones that have been preset into the Zimbra calendar. So, for example, the 4 building locations. So if you start to type in Eastlake, the Eastlake meeting room will pop up. If you start to type in Willowick or Willoughby, these will pop up, and just click on whichever one is the correct one. Now, if you are having a meeting that's off-site, if, for example, if you put in Panera as your location, this will not show, once you save, this will not show up in the calendar for some reason. It'll just say off-site. So what I would prefer you to do, you can still add that information there, but please, if your meeting location is not at one of the 4 buildings, or say it's in a particular meeting room and you want to designate that information, to please type it down in this text box down at the bottom. So you can say meeting at Panera in Willoughby. Now the last thing I want to show you is the reminder. Now for the general calendar, the calendar that everyone will see, we should not have reminders set for these, because what will happen is that everyone who can view the calendar will get a reminder for every single meeting. So in the shared calendar, the reminder must be set to never. Now I'm actually going to delete this, and and obviously here's where you change the time. So if the time is incorrect, please go in and choose the correct time, and then save and close. And this will take you back to your regular calendar. Now, let's say you want to be reminded within a specific time frame of when the meeting will appear. And what that will do is you will get a pop-up, or I think you can set it to an email reminder of within a certain time frame of when the meeting or whichever will occur. So in that instance, you're going to want to create a copy of the event and save it to your personal calendar. That way, when you set the reminder, it doesn't remind everyone, it only reminds you. So to create a copy, you'll right-click on the meeting and left-click Create a Copy. Now it says on copying an invited or shared appointment, you'll become the organizer for the copied appointment. You won't receive any updates from the original appointment. So you can click OK. Now if you prefer to share or invite attendees to your personal calendar, so that for some reason other staff members can't see who is attending the meeting for some reason, you can do that this way. So you would simply type in the attendee's email into your event saved on your personal calendar, and then send those to them. Now this is in your calendar, and you'll notice you can check by looking down here at the display. You have the options of calendar or meetings, which you'll notice the people icon means it's shared. So make sure that you're clicked on calendar or whichever calendar you have set up, and you can choose the reminder to show up, a half an hour before, 15 minutes before, an hour before, whichever you would like. Now if you hit save and close, now you have the same meeting saved to your personal calendar, but you will get a reminder to whatever time frame you set that up as. If you say you have a lot of calendars already in Zimbra and you don't really want to view the meetings calendar all the time, you just want to check it every once in a while, you can unview calendars without unsubscribing by simply unchecking the checkbox next to whichever calendar. So you can unclick the meeting box, and then you will be taken just to view your personal calendar. Then to view them again, you'd left click in checkbox and the meetings will come back. So, as homework for heads of committees and people in charge of specific staff meetings, if you could please go into go in and accept the share, save it to your calendar, and then go in and please add locations, double check the times for your meetings, add meetings if they haven't been added already, If you need help, please call me at Willowick. You can always stop in. My extension is 132. You can stop in any time and ask me questions, or you can send me an email at beth.hatch@welibrary.info. I hope that made sense. I'm hoping that this is a very convenient feature for all of the staff to be able to go in and to look at all of the meetings that are going on, find out where they are located, what time they are, and possibly send invitations to those meetings as well.